Good morning. How are you doing today? Monday morning coffee. So good to have you with me today. Yes. So I was just wanted to see if we are live. I have like some people which is joining right now. Thank you for connecting. Sarah's here. Anastasia is here. Good morning, Sarah. That's a long time I've seen you. Really happy that you are connecting with me today. So happy. I have the feeling that I haven't seen you for a long time, and actually it's been only a week, but there's so much that have happened in the past week, and I mean I have the feeling that it's been a lifetime in reality, and not because of the news, maybe because of the fact that where I am right now, we are kind of getting off, like we enter into phase 3, and it's I have this feeling that we are kind of getting back into normal, whatever normal is, but we are getting back into a life where people are not so scared of each other, and um, they getting into restaurants. We can get into the restaurants. We don't have this limitation that much about the amount of place available, and so there's kind of a social life which is taking, and as you know, we are a social being, so it's extremely important that we have those social interaction with each other as well. My daughter is back to school, which is a great victory. Why? It's because they need that social connection. They need to be with each other and to connect and to have other people. And I mean, we are a social being, so we need to be socially involved. Want to say hi? There you go. So it is extremely important that we have this social interaction, and I really invite you to do so. Right? It's very, very important. So now, I want to talk to you today about something very important, because it's fascinating me when I hear people saying to me, yeah, but I know this information, so I don't need to study, I don't need to know more, I don't need to get better at it. And it's like if you would ask a professional athlete that is at the top, that is stopped training, what will happen to that professional athlete? Probably it would go down very, very quickly. And we've seen that. We've seen some people which have been reaching the top. They've been the best in the world. Going to become the best in the world is one thing. Staying at the top, that's an entire thing in itself. And you need a very special mindset in order to stay at the top. And when I hear people saying, yeah, but I'm good, like, you think that you arrived, this is the most dangerous place to be, when you believe that you made it and you don't have to perfectionate your skill, and you don't need to continue to become better at what you're doing. I personally believe that this getting better never ends. Now, what you're gonna understand and what you're gonna learn as you are getting better is you're gonna refine the way that you're working, and you're gonna have, it's gonna become easier maybe to do the training and to do your craft. But becoming better will never stop. And if you are stopping, you're fooling yourself. You're cutting yourself short. You're not allowing yourself to discover things that you had, that wanted to be unfold and develop and shown. And yeah, like, the only person you're fooling is yourself. And it's very interesting to see when people are saying this. So what you are basically is you're unconscious competent, which most of the people which are successful, that is where they are at, is they found a way to get to where they are, but when it's time for them to duplicate the same thing, they're unable to do it. When it's time for them to teach this to someone else, they're unable to do it. And I believe that the place which is the most obvious is in sales. You see people which are the top of being a salesperson in their organization, and those people are asked, could you do a training? And they do a training, and the training is like, yeah, but that's exactly what I'm doing. And a lot of people is going to say that. It's going to say, yeah, but this is what I'm doing. It's not what you're doing that matters. It's how you're doing it. And it's being able to verbalize the thing that you're doing, the preparation that you're putting into your craft. And this is what needs to be communicated as a sales trainer to your colleagues or your staff, and yet you're unable to communicate because you're unconscious competent. Is you know you're good, but you don't know how and what you're doing in a way that you could communicate this to someone else, and the other person can take this and can reproduce it on command. And this is, I'm not going to say that's a dangerous place, but most of the time it's going to end with you. And when that's the time for you to either start your own business or coach other people, you're unable to do it. This is why you see people which have been extremely good, like crazy good, crazy talented, they're really bad coaches. Why? Because it was so natural to them that when it's time for them to share with their team, with the people they're coaching, how to do it, they're incapable of doing it. The greatest hockey player in the world in history, Wayne Gretzky, if you're not familiar with, was a terrible coach. Terrible. I mean, his team were terrible. Like, why? Because he was so good, and it is so obvious in his mind how you do things and why you should do those things, that when it's time to communicate it, those people have a hard time to express it in a way that the person that doesn't have the same talent is capable of reproducing it. On the other hand, the players that were they were grinders, they were working really hard because they had limited talent, they become extremely good at coaching other people. Why? Because they had to figure out what makes them, what will make them cope with the people which are more talented. So they needed to develop their skills, and they needed to become better, and they needed to train and to continuously get emotionally involved and get involved with their craft. So when you are unconscious competent, your role is not necessarily to oh, I want to become better and all those things. Yeah, but your role is to start understanding what makes you a competent person in your field. And the only way you're going to do that is when you start studying your stuff. So you could be good, and I hope that you're good. I hope that you're doing really, really well for yourself. But the best thing that you can do if you're there is to get to know consciously what is it that you're doing that makes you that good, that makes you be productive, that makes you be like at the top of the food chain. Because the moment that you are becoming conscious competent, this is truly how that you can duplicate what you're doing. You can pass it on to your team, and this is how truly that you're starting creating an impact in your community, in your business, in your family, with everybody that you're touching. And that should be the goal of every single person that is getting involved into their craft. So you should really strive to become a conscious competent. Now, the majority is unconscious incompetent. And there's no judgment into this. That's just the fact. But if you're there, if anywhere you are, the goal is to get better at what you're doing every single day. And if you're better today than you were yesterday, you're successful. And then it's to get to know how you're doing those things and how you can become better at it. So ask yourself that question this week. Like, where am I into this scale? Because you can be unconscious incompetent. You could be conscious incompetent, conscious competent, and conscious competent, which truly that's the sum of all this. And this is where you want to be. So this message is for all of you, me included. Every time I'm talking to you, I'm reflecting on where I am into my own process. And this is the reason why I decided to dedicate my life to this type of work, and that I'm getting involved more and more into it, because I just love to understand how can I communicate that information in a better way, so I can help my clients, I can help you, I can help my community, I can help everybody I'm touching. I hope that this message resonates with you. Thank you so much if you took a little bit of time to connect and to be here. Just put a little emoji into the chat box if you feel that this resonates with you, if you feel that you want to become better at what you're currently doing. And then share that video, like it, share it, put some comments there, and let me know what is your thought about it and where you stand, and see if we can help you to get better. Have a spectacular week. Remember to become a better version of yourself every single day. This is truly how that you can make the world that we live in a better place. Peace out.